This is day one of my 4-day canoe trip in Algonquin. Weather is warm and humid, water is cold, and energy is high. It's very warm day today in Ontario. In fact, it's this much warm, the government had to issue an advisory. Since today is the day one of the trip, day one gets a lot easier. I have to do packing, loading, the driving. Luckily, I do not have any portage today, so taking it easy. So this lake is Rain Lake, and it is much further north from the Highway 60 corridor in the Algonquin. You have to cross a town named Kearney and drive 30 kilometers of unpaved road to get to the location. And last 30 kilometers of the drive is, the network is very choppy, so you cannot rely on that. Not sure if this is visible in the camera, but there is a portage trail that way, and I think that's connected to the McCranny Lake, which I will be covering on my day 4. There is a ranger cabin ruins and Muskoka logging camp ruins along the way, in case if you're interested. I'm not going. I'm way too tired for that. This is day 1. And I'm gonna hit the camp directly. I just went past through a couple of campsites, but I'm gonna go much further and search for the campsite which is closer to the Hot Lake Portage Trail, which I will be doing tomorrow morning. That is another campsite. One more campsite. The shoreline looks very steep. All right, finished setting up the tent, and here's a quick rundown on my quite little cozy campsite. Yes, my canoe park right up there, and there is a fire pit. That's a big fire pit with a grill. That's amazing. I put up my tent over there. Here my some stuff, some space over up here. All in all, it's a nice place. It's quite a strange weather today. When I started, it was very warm and humid, and sun was playing hide and seek. And after a few hours, it turned super windy. And now again, it's hot, sunny, warm, humid, and everything you do not want. Okay. This is the twig of a birch tree. How to identify it? You can see the paper thin, the skin coming off like this. And this is a very good fire starter, so I'm gonna use this to start the fire. The only downside is that it is slightly wet. Let me try that. See how easily it's peeling off. So this is all the food I have bring along with me, and everything is marked as day 1, day 2, day 3 and day 4. For the breakfast, I would be having instant oatmeal as well as rice flakes. I am also carrying 2 potatoes, so sometimes I'm gonna use those potatoes. For the lunch, I have tortilla wraps, cucumber, plant-based sausages, hummus, and some cheese. And for the dinner, I have one set of instant rice and lentils, couple of packets of instant pasta, some coffee, and protein bars. And that's all the thing that I have brought along. For the dinner tonight, I have this Knorr Alfredo pasta, and I'm going to top it up with some coffee. Started from this location, which is Rain Lake Access Point 4, and I paddled across the lake up to this point. This is my tonight's camping spot, and tomorrow my plan is to take this portage trail of 730 meter that drops into the hot lake, and then another 300 odd meter portage which drops to the islet lake. And my plan is to stop somewhere around here for the day 2. Let's see. If I have to summarize the day 1, I drove 5 hours from my house to the Rain Lake access point, and then last 30 kilometers of the drive was on unpaved road, and there was no cell coverage as such. So yeah, I reached around 1 p.m. in the afternoon and started paddling around 1:30 p.m. I paddled almost 4.5 kilometers. I tried to search the best camping spot, but it was vain. I had to do a lot of back and forth and lost energy. Finally, I found one which was closer to the Portage Trail that I am going to commence tomorrow. So that's one good thing. I had my dinner and I'm totally exhausted. I'll wrap everything up and go to bed. Uh, Today was the one hot day and the advisories are in place, so it's very hot and humid. Not sure if you can hear this, but there's a big thunderstorm going on here right now, and it's drizzling. There you go. So that's the lightning. Oh dear. It's very heavy with lightning and thunderstorm. It's going to be an interesting night. It's horrible. It's been raining like that for the past 1 hour. I went outside for a few minutes just to understand what's going on, and I saw big puddles building up right outside my door. It's just scary. Well, it's not too bad after the night's episode. There's some water in the canoe. My bags are slightly wet, but the tent and the important thing is still holding pretty good. Guess I added way too much water into it. It becomes very soft, but I'll make it work. Off we go to our second campsite. Well, weather is not looking promising today as well. Although it's not that hot and humid, but it's very cloudy. And yesterday night's episode, that scared me. I am little nervous. Although tent hold up very well, but my sleeping mat and the sleeping bag are slightly wet. I'm hoping to get some sun today to get them dry, but let's see. There's not much hope looking at the conditions right now. Okay, so here is an update. I was not expecting this. This is the portage trail and it's washed out. Seems like it washed out in yesterday's thunderstorm. And it's way slippery and broken. Just way too steep, on the contrary to my expectation. I think I have a decision to make here. Let's see. Let's see. This is to me, it's like 45-degree gradient. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. So, figured it out that I cannot carry canoe on my shoulder. If I can pull it up using a rope, that would be great. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Let's see. That was tough. Frankly, in my mind, I had very tiniest of chances that I would make it, but now I did. It feels great, but now I have 100-meter portage to complete along with my 2 bags. That's the hot lake. I'm done carrying 1 load of bag. Now I need to go and pick canoe as well as my other bag. It's tough. Got stuck. Feels so good. Hot lake done, and this is the start of the second portage. So that marks the end of the second portage of the day. It isn't as technical as the first one, but it's also not the beginner friendly. But I'm glad it's over. And that, my friend, is the Islet Lake. My stay for tonight. It's beautiful. Today was the most challenging day of my paddling journey. I was moving one step forward and two steps backwards. I had to hunker down at several places just to avoid the wind. I was slightly scared, but I'm glad I found these people. So I have had my dinner, rice flakes with a cup of coffee to help me re-energize for tomorrow morning. Not feeling too well, dishing my expectation in the middle. But yeah, what can be done? The conditions are not conducive enough for the paddling. While crossing the Hot Lake Portage Trail and to the far end of the Islet Lake, very complex. It was one of my dreaded paddling day of my canoe journey. The topmost agenda for me tomorrow is to reach the Lane Lake as soon as possible. It would be great if we can reach before noon. So I'm not sure how much filming I would be doing tomorrow, but yeah, let's see. Look at this. How calm and peaceful right now. If it would have been like this throughout the day, I wouldn't have to ditch my plan. Good morning. This is day 3 of the canoe trip. Just finished crossing the Islet Lake. That scared me yesterday. Today the weather is relatively calm. I wouldn't say ideal, but yeah, relatively calm. Portage 1 checked. Now I am on to the Hot Lake. Yesterday the same portage I did in 3 rounds, but today I have completed in 2 rounds. I have saved some time, but I am over sweating at this moment. portage 2 done, and that marks the completion of all the portage for the day. I was little scared on that slope, but it went well. Weather is still playing hide and seek. It was windy few minutes ago, but calm at the moment, so I want to take advantage of this and move as quickly as possible. I am close, very close. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. today and it was raining whole night. So that was sketchy, but I had a plan, so I wanted to stick to it. Started canoeing around 6 a.m. I haven't had any breakfast, just one granola bar, and then wanted to cross Islet Lake as soon as possible, which I did. Then onto the hot lake and then onto the wing lake. The whole time in my mind was that the slope, the tricky slope on the portage trail to the hot lake, I was thinking how to execute that. Glad it went well, even though the was muddy, slippery, but it went well. No major harm done. It's around 10 a.m. in the morning, so yeah, I'm paddling for almost 4 hours. Maybe another half an hour. Alright, so the trip has finally ended a little sooner than I had originally planned, but I have no regrets. Two things caught me off guard in this trip. One is weather, of course, and second is the technicalities of the portage trail. So good lesson, but I'm happy that I'm going back to home.